Vivekogachandraya Radhikayai Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murare Viramida Nija Dharma Dhyana Pujariyatam Katamapi Sakridatam Muktinam Pranamyat Paramamritam Ekanam Jivanam Bhushanam Me Madhuram Madhurebhyopi Mangalebhyopi Mangalam Pavanam Pavanebhyopi Hare Nama Eva Kevalam Nama Yagya Mahayagya Kalikalva Shanashanam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prite Artan Nama Yagya Samartanam Nama Yagya Samarpanam Vidita Pavana Nama Vidita Pavana Nama Kalikalva Shanashanam Radha Krishna Sarupaya Chaitanyaya Namo Namaha Vidita Pavana Nama Nistaraya Naradamaha Radha Krishna Sarupaya Chaitanyaya Namo Namaha Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraham Punashura Nirvutto Avilatvam Nama Naminaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Syadaita Gadadhara Shivajari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Is it center? Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Fine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Which chapter you are?
You can keep it here on that way.
This is Jaiva.
On Jaiva Dharma.
Which chapter you are?
This is in English.
But which chapter you are? I just
10th chapter.
10th.
So we'll read and discuss about Jaiva Dharma.
Nitya Dharma and history.
Yes. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalan Sri Guru Vaishnavamsta Chirupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raganatan Vitantam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasetam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvidamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Govika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tatta Ganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshani Vrishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Panchakalpa Turubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivadari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam, Kolam Nastyeva Gittaranyata. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote this wonderful book explaining about devotional service, Jaiva Dharma, Jivka Dharma, the religion of the soul. That is devotional service to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Or it may be Ramchandra Bhagavan or Vishnu Narayan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, it is very nicely presented in a form of dialogue between great Vaishnavas after the disappearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip, specifically Gautam Dvip, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur at his house, Surabhi Kunj, where he performed his devotional service. And he has written many wonderful books for the benefit of the conditioned souls. In one of his songbooks, in one song, he has explained Surabhi Kunjate, in Surabhi Kunj. He's performing his devotional service. Nearby his residence, maybe 300 meters away, he was having his place where he was performing his duty, writing, and that place is known as Swananda Sukhada Kunj. This is a place for where he had a vision of the appearance place of Mahaprabhu in Mayapur. There he established the worship of Gaur Gadadhar, and he has written a beautiful stotra glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this one verse is as follows. Smara Gaura Gadadhara Kelikaram Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Charukata Bhaja Gotumakanana Kunjavidam. So remembering the moon of Godru, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhaja Gotumakanana Kunjavidam. So Bhaja, I'm worshipping. And so in the gardens of Godru, in Navadvip, Godrum Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Smara Gaura Gadadhara Keli Kalam, so I'm remembering, he's saying, the wonderful loving exchange of Gaura Gadadhara. Nava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshachara. So then also I consider myself to be part of the associates, the group of Gaura Gadadhara. Shinu Gaura Gadadhara Charukato. Shinu Gaura Gadadhara, and I'm relishing, listening. The Charukata are very sweet discussions about Gaura Gadadhara. So beautiful stotra, 20 verses are there, each line ending with Bhaja Godu Makanana Kunjavidam. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Paro Hari Nama Nama Amrita Chara. Shinu So in this other verse here, Hari Nama Sudarasa. So relishing Hari Nama. And then also, of course, in a humble way, offering respect to all the Vaishnavas. So beautiful prayers are there by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Harinama Sudara Samatamatir. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Paro. So Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Paro. What is Paro Dharma? So of course, again, Jaiva Dharma, Paro Dharma, the highest form of a religion. Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Para. So first of all, of course, we serve Hari, but then not only Hari, Hari Sevaka Sevana. The servant of Hari. In the beginning stage, we cannot directly worship Hari or Krishna, but we have to approach the spiritual master, the representative of Krishna. And then by the mercy of Sri Guru, Hari Sevaka Sevana Dharma Para, Hari Nama Sudara Samatpamatir. So we engage our mind by Hari Nama Sudara Sam. by chanting the holy names, the nectar of the holy names. And then always, of course, in a humble state of mind. So, Natinai Nadana. So, in a respectful way, we should perform devotional service in a humble way. So here in this Jaiva Dharma, explaining about great Vaishnavas under guidance of Paramahamsa Premdas Babaji Maharaj, renounced Vaishnav. So staying in Godrum Dvip, Pradumna Kunj, so he was a disciple of Pradumna, who was an associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then other Vaishnavas are there also, renounced Vaishnavas, dedicated to chanting the holy names and studying the Vaishnava scriptures presented by the 6 Goswamis especially. And then under the guidance of Premdas Babaji Maharaj, Paramahamsa Babaji Maharaj. So it is important to be under guidance of the experienced Vaishnavas who are Shastravit, who are knowledgeable in the scriptures, especially Gauri Vaishnava scriptures, but also Vedanta Ved, knowing Vedanta, Siddhanta Ved, knowing the conclusions of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Under Rupa Goswami, we are known as Rupanuga Vaishnavas. And Rasa Tattva Ved, also knowledgeable in the scriptures, the Gauri Vaishnava scriptures, in regards to attaining the goal. So that is Braj Bhakti, and specifically following the footsteps of the eternal associates of Krishna and Braj. And mostly following the most beloved of Krishna, the gopis. So, of course, the process of devotional service is gradual. And so, in the beginning we have to understand, Hare Krishna, that we are not his body, we are spirit soul. Haribol, spirit soul. So, we have heard hundreds of times, most probably thousands of times. But then, so that is Gyan, knowledge. But then the Vijnana, the realization, that is not so easily achieved. To fully realize our constitutional position, a spirit soul, eternal son of Krishna. And of course the ultimate perfection is to realize one's relationship with Krishna. The friendship relationship, or also or parental affection, and then or conjugal relationship with Krishna. So in our spiritual existence, physical, in Satchidananda Swarup. Prabhupada has explained also Bhagavad Gita, which we will discuss also after having discussed a little bit about Jaiva Dharma. So Prabhupada has explained also in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita about the 5 relationships. So in Braj, the Shantaras, neutral, Dasyaras, servitorship, Sakyaras, friendship, Vatsalya, parental affection, and Madhurya, conjugal relationship with Krishna. So that is known as Sarup Siddhi or Sarup Kat. And then when one is entering the pastimes in the spiritual rank with Krishna, that is known as Vastu Kat or Vastu Siddhi. So it is a gradual process. And so the beginning stage is that we have to realize we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And we have to be engaged in practical service under the guidance of the Spirit Master, sadhana bhakti. And so gradually we can then advance. So here, just for those who have newly joined or are not conversant with the chapters which we discussed already of the Jaiva Dharma. He has very nicely explained Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So about Dharma, so eternal Dharma and temporary Dharma, Nitya Dharma and Jaiva Dharma, so the Naimittika Dharma. So service to Krishna, that is Nitya Dharma, Paradharma, Jaiva Dharma, the actual constitutional position of the Jiva. And the Naimittika Dharma that refers to religion in this world pertaining to the body, like Varna Ashram, which we have to also follow. So, Seva Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chatrahi, Tadbhava Ripsana Karya, Vrajrukana Sarata. So Rupa Goswami has explained that our service is twofold. So we are sadhakas, practicing devotees, and following our spiritual master, specifically also following Rupa Goswami, and then following the ideals of the inhabitants of Krishna and Braj. So then in more advanced consciousness, we want to situate it on the spiritual platform, that is the Siddha Vasta, Siddha Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chatrahi. So we need a proper conception and understand what is the goal, and then we can properly perform our devotional service. And then living in its world, so we have to follow our duty according to Varna Ashram. So being engaged in a practical activity in order to be able to maintain ourselves or our family in Brahmanical activities, or having one's own business, or whatever it may be. And then situated in one ashram, brahmachari, or grihastha, householder, or renounced, vanaprastha, sannyasi. So that has to be followed. So ultimately the actual devotional service is practical service to Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and usually it will be done through worship of the deities, or of course by remembering the pastimes of Krishna, Ramchandra Mahaprabhu, Ramchandra Bhagavan or Mahaprabhu. Then Manasi Seva may be there. So Nitya Dharma, that means Vaishnava Dharma. Vaishnava means one who is worshipping Vishnu or Krishna is known as a Vaishnava. And usually the knowledge they received should be in parampara, in disciplic succession. And it is explained that in this age of Kali, 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas are there. And we belong to the Brahma Madhva Gauriya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And then there's the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Nibarka Sampradaya, and Rudra Sampradaya. And so Bhaktivinoda Thakur is clearly giving the process, how we may execute this devotional service, and explaining also in regards to being in this world, because many misconceptions may be there, so it's clearing all misconceptions which may be there, in the minds of the reader, the common man. Also in form of conversations between the Vaishnavas residing in Godrum Dvip and then other persons who are inquiring, and specifically also, especially at that time, there were many Smata Brahmanas following the Vedic literatures, but not completely conversant with the absolute truth and pure devotional service. So that has to be cleared. Also an important point he has described the Vaishnava behavior, sadachar, proper behavior has to be there. Many persons, they claim to be Vaishnavas, but then they're not following strictly the rules and regulations of the scriptures. And taking the process of devotional service cheaply. They're known as sahajiya. So showing symptoms of a Vaishnava, like chanting the holy names or even worshipping the Lord, but not following the principles of devotional service. Sadachara. Like a Vaishnava is supposed to be a Vaishnava is supposed to be a very strict vegetarian, so that we have to know. Sometimes we see some so-called Vaishnavas, they are not even vegetarians, which is highly improper. Actually eating meat that is sinful. So Vaishnava is engaged in Dharma, following the principles given in the scriptures, given by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, refraining from sinful activities. And, for example, smoking, drinking, and illicit activities in regards to the opposite sex. So these have to be avoided. But then also, a Vaishnava is supposed to be gentle in his behavior. That is also important. Srila Prabhupada used to say, first you become a gentleman and then you become a Vaishnava. So that is important also. Actually very important. That many times is also not completely followed, even that we may see in even Vaishnava societies. Even sometimes we can see even in our society. So humility has to be there, tolerance has to be there, respect has to be there towards other Vaishnavas in our society, even in regards to other Vaishnavas in other societies, in regards to Vaishnavas belonging to the different sampradayas. They should all be respected. Again, the first point is that we have to understand we are spirit soul, we are not this body. And everyone is related to Krishna, everyone has a relationship with Krishna, everyone is a servant of Krishna or Rama. So we know, we have heard that we should respect all jivas, all living entities, even in the different species of life. A Vaishnava will not even step on an ant. If he will see an ant. Of course, we are not just looking on the ground or just to try to see that we are not harming any ant, but if we see, then we avoid stepping on an ant or even unnecessarily killing mosquitoes or flies. So as much as possible, so we should be non-violent. And so what to speak of not respecting other Vaishnavas from our society, from our sampradaya, but then other sampradayas also, they should be respected. And even they may not be Vaishnavas from our Sampradaya, even other religions which may not be Nitya Dharma or Jaiva Dharma, they may not have the proper understanding, like even we may say the Krishna religion or those following the Quran, so they are to be respected, especially those who are following strictly their religion. And they may not have the full understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the process of devotional service, but they are on the path of spiritual life to some extent, although it may be external, so they should be respected. So we respect anyone who is trying to make advancement in spiritual life with some understanding of the soul. But even if one is not having the understanding of the soul, even materialistic persons, so we should also not disrespect them, but we should rather try to help them, rather try to give them an understanding of spiritual life. Or if they are not able to do that, at least we may give them prasada and distribute prasada. So here, in this 10th chapter, Nitya Dharma and history. So there is history, as we know. In even each county there is a history. In India, Bharatvarsha. So history is very wonderful, very deep, but in each place in the world, in each country, they may have some history. So here, two personalities, they came to see one of the Vaishnavas at Pradumna Kunj, and specifically one person who was worshipping Durga Devi. So he had some questions in regards to the absolute truth. So he asked one of the Vaishnavas there, Vaishnava Das, in this regard. And amongst the different Vaishnavas. So he had also asked about the history of the Vaishnava Dharma and Vaishnava Das. He explained about the different Vaishnavas, the great Vaishnavas in the four Sampradayas, and also explaining about the Mahabharata, which basically, as we know, is about Krishna and Krishna's associates. Ultimately, in the Ramayana, about Ramchandra and his associates, and the various Puranas, where the different devotees are also mentioned. So, and in regards to the Bhagavatam also, different great personalities are mentioned. And as we know, the dynasties are there of the sun god and the moon god, and the great personalities therein. So specifically now he was also asking about Prahlad Maharaj. So Vaishnava Das is then explaining how they can be called as Vaishnavas. They can be known as Vaishnavas on the basis of Shastra. That is also an important point, that we speak according to Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. According to the spiritual master, the previous acharyas, and the spiritual master and the acharyas, the previous spiritual master, they speak according to the Shastra. They quote Shastra. They will quote the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedanta Sutra, the Vedas. So in regards to how to perform devotional service in regards to the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in regards to, then, as mentioned here, the different devotees which are there. So, Prahlad's teacher Sandandana Marka wanted to instruct him in Brahma Gyan, contaminated with the doctrine of Mayavad. But he rejected that teaching, realizing that Harinam is the essence of education, and he constantly chanted the name of Bhagavan with great love and affection. Under such circumstances, there can be no doubt that Prahlad was a pure Vaishnava. The truth is that one cannot understand the underlying essence of the Shastras without impartial and minute investigation. So here, Prahlad Maharaj, the son of Vandya, he was, whose son was he? Prahlad Maharaj?
I forgot.
You forgot, okay. Your mother knows? Hiranyakashipu. Yes. And who was Hiranyakashipu?
Incarnation of Jaiva.
Yes, yes. So he was in this world as a big atheist demon, so to say. But actually, he was cursed, or of course then, by the will of the Lord, because he's actually doorkeeper. Him and his brother, Hiranyaksha, they are doorkeepers in Vaikuntha, Jai and Vijay. But then as the four Kumaras wanted to enter Vaikuntha Lok, so they were stopped there by Jai and Vijay, so they became angry. They cursed them, you're not qualified to be here in Vaikuntha as doorkeepers. You should go to this material world. And so if Brahmana is saying something, that should happen, Satyavak. They're speaking the truth, and usually if they're giving blessings, that will happen also. Krishna Matirastu, may you remember Krishna. Of course, different forms of remembrance, like we may remember Krishna a few moments in a day, or we may remember Krishna constantly. So, but basically, if a great personality is giving the blessing like Mahaprabhu, that means we can slowly but surely remember Krishna more and more. Krishna Matirastu, Mahaprabhu was giving blessings. May Krishna be in your consciousness. So, or if he's angry, a Brahmana usually doesn't become angry, he's peaceful. Samodama tapashocham. So he's engaged in spiritual activities, but sometimes he may become angry also. And if he's angry at somebody who may be doing something wrong, then he will curse that person. So, but rarely, but sometimes they may do. Like Narad Muni, he cursed to the two sons of Kuber, Nalakuber and Manigrave, because of their improper behavior. To become three, because they were bathing naked with young girls, which was not proper. So he cursed them to become trees. But the curse is a blessing of a Vaishnava. They became three in the courtyard of Maharaj Nanda, in Braj, when Krishna was present, when Krishna appeared. So they were staying there for a long time. Yamal Arjun trees, they're very big, huge tree, and they live for a long time. So, anyhow, so then Jai and Vijay, then Vishnu came and pacified, because he wanted to see Vishnu, so Vishnu came to the gate. And so they were very happy to see Vishnu. And then, of course, then Vishnu was telling Jai Vijay that actually these are great devotees, so they should not be stopped. But they were doing their duty. And then, so Vishnu was saying that, so whatever the Brahmanas are saying, so that is for the good of others. It may be blessing or a curse, but a curse is a blessing in disguise. So now you have the choice. You have to come to this material world, and actually this is also my desire, that you should come here. So you have the choice. You can choose, either you come as a Vaishnava for 7 lifetimes, or you come as demons for 3 lifetimes. You're thinking, well, we don't want to be too long in this material world, so let us be demons. And Vishnu said, Tadastu, let it be so. And they became demons. Because Krishna sometimes he wants to fight. Because Krishna is the source of everything. So the fighting spirit is there. In Vaikuntha he cannot fight much. Because everyone is following his order. There are no demons there. In Braj is a little different there. Krishna wants to fight also sometimes a little bit, and his friends are there. Sudam, Sridham. Sridham Antami told Krishna. So you think you're the strongest? I will show you who is stronger. And then Sridham wrestling with Krishna. And because of his love, although Krishna is Ajit, he cannot be conquered. But because of the love of Sridham, he accepted defeat. He could defeat him. Just like sometimes also the children, and sometimes small boys, he's ask his father to play with him, and even sometimes telling him you become a horse, and he's there on his knees and on his hands, and the child is climbing on him. Or sometimes he will also say, let's fight, and then the son and the father fighting, and then the son, because of the loving exchange, is trying to push the father, and the father, oh, okay, he's falling on the ground, and the son is going on the father, okay, I defeated you, and the father, yes, you defeated me. So like this, so that is the loving exchange. So, but in Vaikuntha, he's served by all the associates, but sometimes he wants to have a little fight in this material world also. And of course, the material world is there to give a chance to the conditioned soul to Nityabhara, to those who are not aware of their spiritual position. So they may, by the mercy of the Lord Himself, in His various incarnations, or by the mercy of His representative, the devotee, then so he may understand his position as spirit soul, indifferent from this body and his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So, here, so Prahlad Maharaj, his teachers were Sandan and Amarka, and they had Brahma Gyan. Gyan means knowledge, Brahma means the absolute truth. So, Krishna is unlimited, and knowledge about the absolute truth is also unlimited. But basically, 2 aspects are there of the absolute truth, or maybe even 3 we may say. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvayam advayam prameti paramatmeti bhagavaniti satyate. Prameti paramatmeti bhagavaniti satyate. Vadanti tat tattva vidas. So the learned scholars who know about the non-dual absolute truth. Non-dual means beyond this material world of duality. And they are saying that it is realized in 3 stages. Brahma, the absolute truth, in the personal aspect, and then Paramatma, the super soul, in everyone's heart, and then Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead. So that may be there. But then again, specifically, 2 aspects are there of the absolute truth, besides these 3. that one is the impersonal conception of the absolute truth and one is the personal conception of the absolute truth. So although Brahma Gyan means knowledge about the absolute truth, Param Brahma, Param Satya, so the absolute truth. But it may be personal or impersonal. So Brahma Gyan is not only impersonal, but it may be also meaning the personal aspect of the absolute truth. But mostly, so those who are explaining about Brahma Gyan, they refer to the impersonal aspect of the absolute truth, impersonal knowledge. So these teachers under Namarka, the teachers of Prahlad, they were actually employed by Hiranyakashipu, who was also impersonalist. So that Brahma Gyan, it was contaminated with the doctrine of Mayavad. So because Brahma Gyan, so it is a pure Brahma Gyan, means the personal aspect is explained, and then contaminated means with the impersonal view of the absolute truth. That the absolute truth has no form. So the impersonal aspect is there of the absolute truth, because everything is there in the absolute truth. That is the Brahma Jyoti, the light. So that may be seen as the impersonal aspect of the absolute truth, which is emanation of Krishna's body, the Brahma Jyoti. That is the light emanating from Krishna's body. So Prahlad Maharaj rejected that teaching because Prahlad Maharaj was blessed by Narada Muni. Because when Hiranyakashipu, so he left his palace to perform austerity, to become immortal. So at that time the demigods, they came and they invaded the palace and they conquered and they took away Hiranyakashipu's wife, who was pregnant at that time. And he was going towards the heavenly planets. And the Narada Muni on the way, so he's very powerful, pure devotee of the Lord, he stopped. Indra told him, you cannot, don't take her, because he wanted to kill Prahlad, who was in the womb, because she was pregnant, his mother saw. But Narada Muni knew that this is a devotee in the womb, and therefore he forbade him, and he said that although the mother is the wife of a great demon, but the child is a great devotee, so I will take care of them. And usually the ladies are simple and they are, of course, chaste, but they're usually also easily influenced, and so in the association of great devotees they may also change. So she was there in the ashram of Narada Muni, and then Narada Muni was speaking Krishna Katha. And in this way, Prahlad Maharaj, although still in the womb, then he got this knowledge, and then when he was born, then Narada Muni continued just to speak about the Supreme Lord. So that is known as samskar, the positive impression which is there. So he had the devotional impressions there. And so when he came back, when he was 5 years old, and then Narada Muni brought back Prahlad and his mother to Hiranyakashipu's palace. And then Hiranyakashipu so put his son under the care of these two teachers who are contaminated with Mayavad philosophy. So, but because of impressions he got from Narada Muni, who is he accepted as a spiritual master, so he rejected their teachings and he was chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
So therefore, one who is chanting the holy names of the Lord, one who is worshipping the Lord is known as a Vaishnava. So here also is making a point that we cannot understand the Shastra without impartial and minute investigation, and actually we have to hear the Shastra under the guidance of a devotee, a pure devotee of the Lord. Nyayaratna, so asking, if as you say Vaishnava Dharma has been in perpetual existence, what new insight did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveal for which he should be given such special regard? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is no different from Radha and Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give the Yuga Dharma, the religious process for the age of Kali, which is the chanting of the holy names. Although the processes are there also, like worshipping the Lord, performing yagyas, meditation is there also. But the most important link of devotional service is chanting the holy names of the Lord. And so therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to be respected. And so not only has given the holy names, but then he has also given the mood of how we should chant the holy names, in which mood. And he has given, Mahaprabhu has given transcendental knowledge in regards to the absolute truth, in regards to we should worship the Lord, and specifically because he is no different from Radha Krishna, he was explaining about the position of Krishna as the source of everything. As explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Etecham Sakalapam Sa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, he is Swayam Bhagavan. And then of course even Krishna is there in Mathura, Krishna is in Dwarka, and the spiritual realm also. But the highest planet is Golok Vrindavan, where Yashodananda Gopinath is performing his wonderful pastimes. And so he has explained about the loving exchange of Radha and Krishna and the loving exchange, which is known as Parakya Bhav, which is the highest loving exchange between the divine couple, and also then the loving sentiments of the Brijvasis, especially gopis, as the highest form of love of Godhead. And so by good fortune, so we are connected to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this disciplic succession. So Mahaprabhu is the independent Supreme Lord, but to set the example, he also accepted his spiritual master, Ishvara Puri, and his great spiritual master, Madhavendra, his spiritual master, Param Guru, Madhavendra Puri, and so connected to Madhvacharya, so therefore known as Brahma Madhva, Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So it is our good fortune. So under the guidance of Rupa Goswami, he was very dear to Mahaprabhu, who had understood the Manobhisht of Mahaprabhu, and he established that Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadhanayam Tadati Sapadantikam. So Vaishnava Das. Vaishnava Dharma is like a lotus flower which gradually comes into bloom when the time is right. First it appears as a bud and then it slowly begins to blossom. In its maturity, it is fully blossomed and attracts all jivas, by diffusing its sweet fragrance in every direction. At the beginning of creation, 4 aspects of knowledge were expressed to Brahma through the medium of the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Anyone heard about this? You have heard of Chatushloki? Okay, where is it in Bhagavatam? Chatushloki, Dvitiya Skand, in the 2nd canto. It is there, yes. Yeah, also it is explained in Chaitanya. So he's explaining here also. So the 2nd canto, 9th chapter, text number 33 to 36. So 4 shlokas are there. Ameva sameva grenan yad yad sat kasat param. It is the first one. So Krishna is explaining to Brahma. Even before that, the important verses are there. Jnanam param guyam ye savigyanam samanvitam saharasyat tatangashta grihana gatitam maya is explaining to Brahma. I'm giving you this knowledge that is just before the Chatushloki. I'm giving you this knowledge which is Guyam, which is very confidential. And included in that knowledge, Vigyan is there, realization. So we know we are spirit soul. So, but we have not realized. So how we can realize? By performing devotional service. So when we speak about this transcendental subject matters, then, so the knowledge is there and the realization is there, but we have to follow the process. Sarahasya tat angascha, that is another secret. Angas, the limbs of devotional service. So we have to practice devotional service. The different limbs, angas. Like, first of all, what is the first limb of devotional service? Shravanam? No. That is Navavida Bhakti is there, as Prahlad Maharaj spoke to his father, Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing. But are you hearing from whom? Narendra Modi? He's a great personality. Or Sachin Tendulkar, big cricket star, you're hearing from him? No. Guru Padashray, we hear from Guru. Who is Guru? Is a representative of the Lord. That is the first thing, Guru Pad Ashray. You take shelter of the Spirit Master. And then he will explain what to do and what to do, not to do. And then he will explain about Navavida Bhakti. And then he will speak transcendental knowledge. And this you will hear it. This you will hear, Shravana. And he will speak about chanting the holy names. Okay, I should chant Hare Krishna. Right, Randhya? Okay, you're hearing. And then you should chant Hare Krishna. But not by force. We're not forcing anyone. We're just giving the knowledge. It's good to chant Hare Krishna. Because by that we can realize that we are spirit soul. But you're not forcing anyone. We have to choose ourselves. The mother can say to the child, you have to go to school. And that the child has to do. Even when everyone was a small child, they wanted to send me to the kindergarten, playway, right? I was thinking, why I should go to kindergarten? To play, I can play without going to kindergarten. So I didn't go. And then my father, and then, there's calling from the school. Your son didn't come to the kindergarten. What? Then my father is calling me. You didn't go to kindergarten? No, I didn't go. I was just playing by myself. Then he was telling me, you have to go to kindergarten. And then he was telling me, you want bicycle? Small bicycle. And I wanted to have a bicycle. Yes, okay, you go there, I will give you a bicycle. But you have to go to school, then you will get bicycle. And then I was going to school. So you have to give a little force to the children, because otherwise they will not learn. So some things you have to force a little bit. So And but then they will understand also that it is good to go to school. Because at home it is maybe difficult because the father is busy, the mother is busy too. In cooking, taking care of the house. So then, of course, sometimes some parents are doing homeschooling, but if they have some, yes, if they have the ability to teach, then they can, the different subject matters, then they can do homeschooling. But usually, mostly we will send the children to school, and then they will learn. So, and then in the beginning they don't like to go to school, but then afterwards it's okay, they find friends also, and they understand actually I'm learning something and it is important. And the elder they are, the more they will understand. So similarly also, so we explain about devotional service and Shravanam and then Kirtanam. So we hear we should chant and then we chant. So it is our own free will. So we cannot force anyone to serve Krishna or to chant the holy names. But we should understand with our intelligence that it is good for me actually. So it is the Yuga Dharma, is the chanting of the holy names. And then those who are intelligent, then they will chant the holy names. In the beginning, 1 round, 2 rounds, then 4, then 16, and then more, 32. And those who are very eager, they may chant 64 also. Like Ekadashi, we should chant more. Yes, so on Ekadashi we chant more, if possible. And so, Shravanam Kirtanam and then Vishnu Smaranam. So we chant the holy names, but we have to hear about Krishna also. What Krishna is doing, his pastimes or Mahaprabhu. And then we have to serve the deities. And then while chanting, then we may remember Krishna. And then we may remember his wonderful qualities and his pastimes. But if we don't hear, then we cannot remember. If we chant Hare Krishna, we don't hear about Krishna, we don't serve Krishna. But we hear what's happening in this world. Okay, now elections are coming next year or in 2 years, 27, right? And then we have to see, and we hope that Modi will again be the Prime Minister, because he's a good person, dharmic, very dharmic, and so that is very much required. So we have to know what's going on in this world, and to some extent. But if we don't hear about Krishna sufficiently, then while chanting we will remember what's happening in the world and what is happening in the family. Or uncle did this, and this chachi, aunt did this, Gramekata. That is okay, we have to also deal with this and hear about that. But we have to hear about Krishna because we want to go to Krishna. And we have to hear about Krishna and his associates. And then when we are remembering them, then we can go there. Otherwise, if we don't hear about them while chanting, we cannot remember much. And we remember material things. And then there will be not so much benefit of that. And so, Chatushlokya there. So, yes, so the process of devotional service, is there, and so we have to hear and then we have to apply in our life. So the first verse is about Sambandha Gyan, that the Supreme Lord is there, and he's saying that I was before the creation of the material world, I was there in Golok. I'm here now, I came to this material world also, and Krishna came, but even after the destruction of material world, Krishna is still there. So the material world is temporary. And then, so Sambandha Gyan is there, and then Abhideya Gyan, the process of devotional service. So that is explained in the second verse and the fourth verse actually. That we have to inquire about the absolute truth and we have to try to see Krishna directly and indirectly everywhere. And everything is related to Krishna. And then the third verse is actually about the goal of life, Yatharma, the Bhutani. So that Krishna, we should try to see Krishna everywhere and everything included in Krishna. Sambandha Videya Prayojan Gyan is there. So these three aspects are there, but so that is explained. But of course here, sometimes more aspects are there. Therefore, at the beginning of creation, 4 aspects of knowledge were expressed to Brahma through the medium of the Chatushloki Bhagavatam. These were Bhagavat Gyan, transcendental knowledge of the Absolute as Bhagavan, Maya Vigyan, analytical knowledge of Ishvara, eternal potency. So that is also there. So we can see from different angle of vision this Chatushloki. Only 3 aspects of the Absolute Truth are given, Sambandha, Videya and Prayojan. And here 4 aspects are there also from another angle of vision that we have to understand. Bhagavad Gyan, the transcendental knowledge of the Absolute Truth, as Bhagavan. Maya Vigyan, analytical knowledge of Ishvara's external potency. So we have to know about this material world also. Sadhana Bhakti, the means of attaining the goal. That is Sadhana Bhakti Abhideya. And Prem, which is the object of attainment. That is Prayojan. The necessity is to obtain love for Krishna. Love for Krishna is there already actually in the heart, but it is dormant. So it is not manifested. But by engaging in devotional service, the consciousness becomes purified and the loving sentiments, they will manifest slowly but surely, more and more. These 4 elements were manifest in the Jiva's heart as the sprout of the lotus flower of Vaishnava Dharma. At the time of Prahlad, this sprout took shape as a bud, which gradually began to blossom in the period of Vedavyas Muni, and developed into a flower at the time of Ramanuja, Madhva, and the other Sampradaya Charyas. So this knowledge was given, of course, right in the beginning of creation, from Krishna to Brahma. And then Brahma also gave to different personalities, therefore is Acharya in one Sampradaya. He gave the knowledge to the 4 Kumaras, he gave knowledge to Narada Muni also. So therefore in our Sampradaya, Brahma is there, then Narada Muni, then Vyasadeva. But another Sampradaya is there, so there Narayan actually gave knowledge to, Narayan expanded form of Krishna gave knowledge to Lakshmi Devi, and she imparted this knowledge to some great personalities, and in this way it came down to Ramanuja. And then the 4 Kumaras, so they got, of course, knowledge from Lord Brahma also, but Lord Brahma wanted them to get married. Actually wanted all his descendants to get married to populate the universe. But they were thinking, no, we don't want to get married, so we should remain like children. And by their mystic power, they could retain a form of small boys. So then also no material desire will be there, or the sex urge will not be there in children. So in this way they protected themselves from being influenced by the sex urge and from being entangled in material life, in household life. So they got some knowledge from Lord Brahma, but then they got knowledge also from Hansavatar, so incarnation of the Lord. Or even yeah, of course. And even in that Sampradaya, Narada Muni also actually came. So Narada Muni is in our Sampradaya, even in the Kumar Sampradaya. And then Nimbarkacharya was there. And then the 4th is the Rudra Sampradaya. So he also got transcendental knowledge from Krishna, and he gave that to many personalities, as explained in the Bhagavatam also. The Pachetas are there and others are there. specifically the later on, Vishnu Swami was a great Acharya. Actually, there were 3 Vishnu Swamis. The first, and after some time second, and then the third one with the same name, Vishnu Swami. So then the knowledge was more specific. And upon the appearance of Srimad Mahaprabhu, Vaishnava Dharma became the fully blossomed flower of prema. It began to attract the hearts of all jivas by spreading its enchantingly sweet fragrance. So in the other sampradayas there's also prema, but it's Aishwarya Purna prema. So the love, pure love for Vishnu or Narayan, or even Ramchandra Bhagavan. So, but there the knowledge is there of the absolute truth and that we are servants of the Supreme Lord. Whereas then the prema of Mahaprabhu, that is the Madhurya prema, that is Braja prema, the loving sentiments of the Brijavasis towards Krishna, where there is knowledge of Krishna being the Supreme, there is no knowledge of Krishna being the Supreme Lord in the perfect stage. But as practicing devotees, we also must know first that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And Radharani is eternal consort, the original goddess of fortune, the goddess of learning. So, but then eventually then, as we progress, then we forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but Krishna is our friend, Krishna is our son, Krishna is our beloved. So that is the most pure form of prema, and the highest form of prema, Mahabhav, that is found, of course, in Srimati Radharani and the Gopis. The supremely confidential essence of Vaishnava Dharma is the awakening of prema. Srimad Mahaprabhu created the good fortune for the jivas by distributing this prema through the chanting of Shri Harinam, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sri Nam Sankirtan is a priceless possession worthy of the highest regard. Did anyone reveal this teaching prior to Mahaprabhu? Although this truth existed in the Shastras, there was no radiant example of it that could inspire the ordinary jivas to practice it in their own lives. Indeed, before Srimad Mahaprabhu, had anyone ever planted the storehouse of prema rasa and distributed it in this way even to common man? So the knowledge of Krishna is there in the Vedic literatures also, and also Srimati Radharani's glory is also revealed in the Vedic literatures, and Puranas also, like Padma Purana and so on. But there was no one personality who was specifically practicing or teaching Braja Prema. So that only Mahaprabhu can do, or the associates of Mahaprabhu have Braja Prema. So Mahaprabhu is no different from Radha Krishna. Is Krishna himself with the mood and the complexion of Srimati Radharani. And so he came as a devotee, and he came to teach himself the process of devotional service. And then specifically also through his devotees, the 6 Goswamis, he spread this Krishna consciousness. He gave the knowledge of Braja Prema and how to attain it. Yes.
Madhavendra also had this Madhurya Prem or Aishwarya Prem?
And Madhavendra also had Madhurya Prema. Yes. So it is mentioned he came to give the seed. Give the seed of Braja Prema. And he was chanting, and a few persons who were close to him, they were able to understand that, but not the common man. Because he was also actually more a kind of like a Babaji, just chanting the holy names and worshipping the Lord, and then to a few devotees then he was explaining that. So therefore he is explained to be the seed. He planted the seed of Braj Bhakti.
And before that there was no Madhurya.
And before it was not given now. But the knowledge was there to some extent, but not to the fullest extent. So even Vyasadeva, he knows something, but not completely. That even Lord Jiva has explained in one place, there's one verse there also, that the full import of the absolute truth is known to me, or Shukadeva Goswami. Veda Vyas, he may know or may not. Vedi, Vyas veti na veti va. So he may know, he may not know completely. So he knows about Krishna and Braj, but not all the confidential things of the loving sentiments of the Brijvasis. So in this form. But then as Vrindavan, Das Thakur is an incarnation of Vedavyas, so he has knowledge of Mahaprabhu, and so he has also then explained about Braj Bhav. So by that time it was not revealed. But the Mahaprabhu's, after Mahaprabhu's appearance, then that was revealed. The Braj Bhav, and especially also that Parakiya Bhav, the highest loving sentiments of the gopis of Braj in conjugal relationship. So, yes, so that is the mercy of Mahaprabhu and then his associates. So Madhavendra Puri gave the seed, and it is mentioned that Madhavendra Puri is a Kalpa Vriksha tree in Braj, a Kalpa Vriksha tree. But the trees are very special, and you can get whatever you want from the tree. If you want a mango, you can have a mango also. But there are mango trees also where you can get mango, but if you want something else, you may get something else also. And it is mentioned that this tree has the fruits of the 5 relationship. Dasya Sakya, Shanta Dasya Sakya Vatsanya Madhurya. So that means to some extent he has Madhurya Bhav also, but not to the fullest extent. Just like, for example, in Braj, the Kripas are there. In the Nikunja Leela, the Kripas are there. They're seeing Radha and Krishna, their pastimes. So they also have some Madhurya Bhav there, because they can see Radha Krishna's intimate pastimes, and the Manjaris are there assisting. So therefore he can give that also. But his relationship is more in Shantaras. But it is not pure Shantaras, it's not there, neutral, but also he wants to serve, and therefore he's also serving to some extent as a tree, like so in the Nikunja, or maybe giving some fruit. And in this way, so Dasya is there, and Sakya Krishna is my best friend. And Krishna sometimes he embracing the tree, or caressing the tree. And just like the Vatsalya Bhav, so the tree is giving shelter. We can sit under the tree is giving shelter, the tree is giving fruits or something. So Vatsalya Bhav is there. Oh, to take care of Krishna. And then the conjugal mellow is there also. So to some extent in the tree. So therefore he can give that also to some extent. So very special personality. Madhavendra Puri, and his son is his disciple Ishwara Puri, was the spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So yes, so he was giving the seed, and then it sprouted with Madhavendra, with Ishwara Puri, and then actually then Mahaprabhu becomes the tree of Braj Bhakti. Is the tree. So Mahaprabhu is actually the origin of everything. So he's giving the seed also. But then through Madhavendra Puri then it started. But then actually he is the tree of this Prema Bhakti, and then the branches are there who are helping him to distribute, like Advaita Shaka, the branch of Advaita, Nityananda, and so on. So the branches of the tree and then all the descendants are there. So giving this ultimately Braj Bhakti. Mahaprabhu came to give Braj Bhakti, not Vaikuntha Bhakti. But if somebody was there to get Vaikuntha Bhakti, then Mahaprabhu also was giving blessings for them, no problem. Everything is included in Mahaprabhu. So, but specifically he came to give Braj Bhakti. And more specific, Unad Ujjvala Ras, Madhurya Ras.
Actually, in Shastra also we don't see going to Golok is a goal. Normally maybe Vaikuntha and
Yes. Yes. Yes, especially before, because many persons they are supposed to go to Vaikuntha. So therefore before Mahaprabhu in the other yugas is more about Vaikuntha, like the Bhagavata. From the first to the ninth canto is more about Vaikuntha. Only little about Krishna in Braj. So, and even now you can see even in Kali Yuga there are many persons still also they want to go to Vaikuntha. If you go to South India, they say you go to Sri Ranga, Paramanabh is there. Vishnu, lying on Ananta Shesh, Lakshmi serving. They go in the temple and they say, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. But who is that Govinda? That is Vishnu. The name of Vishnu is Govinda also. But when we hear Govinda, we remember Krishna in Braj. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. But the name Govinda Damodar, Madhav, Keshav, these are names of Krishna, but also names of the different Vishnu Murtis. So that is there. So still in South India, there are many worshippers of Vishnu. So they may go to Vaikuntha, no problem. So even some of Prabhupada disciples, they got initiated, but they have more love for Vishnu. I know one devotee who was staying in Braj also. And but then he became attracted to South India and Sri Sampradaya, the worship of Lakshmi Narayan. Even when he's in South India, it's the tilak of the Ramanuja Sampradaya. When he's in our temple, he has our tilak, because otherwise his god brother will say, hey, what are you doing? You're a Guru Drohi. You're against your Guru, no? How you can change your tilak? So he's a little smart. So, but he has love for Lakshmi Narayan. He respects Radha Krishna, but he has love for Lakshmi Narayan. So, and he may go to Vaikuntha. So Prabhupada is a transcendental fisherman. So with the net he captures through ISKCON many jivas. And usually when the fisherman, so he's taking the fish, there's only usually the birds of the same feather flock together. And the same kind of fish also they swim together. But sometimes another fish is there too. So mostly in our society there will be Braj Bhaktas, but not all of them. Some will be Vaikuntha Bhaktas also. Some are Ram Bhaktas also. I also have more one Ram Bhakta. But less, more will be Krishna Bhaktas. That you should understand. And actually, different Vaikuntha planets are there, but the biggest planet is Golok Vrindavan. Prabhupada has written in one lecture, in one letter. All the Vaikuntha planets together, they don't equal to Golok Vrindavan. So that is the situation. Golok is huge and all the Vaikuntha planets are around, but is, small. That is the situation. So Mahaprabhu gave this knowledge and so that is the highest knowledge. But those who are learned, they will also understand. One time I was in South India, in Sri Lanka, I was staying in one of the Acharya's mat there. And also special personality, but devotee of Lakshmi Narayan and Ramchandra. But he appreciated Mahaprabhu and he understood that Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's no different from Radha and Krishna. But he said, but my love is for Vishnu, he's my Ishtadev. But we have love for Krishna also, but we have more love for Narayan. He's our Ishtadev, which is okay. So we have more love for Krishna, but we love Vishnu also. But we give our heart to Krishna. Our worship is to Krishna. But we offer respect to Vishnu, to Narayan. That is the situation. So we just finished this. Okay. Nyaya Ratna. All right, but if Kirtan is so beneficial, why do learned Pandits not hold it in high esteem? Vaishnava Das. The meaning of the word Pandit has become perverted in the present age of Kali. Panda means the intelligence of one who is enlightened by knowledge of the Shastra. And the word Pandit really refers to one who has such intelligence. These days, however, people are known as Pandits if they can show off their vain sophistry in the Nyaya Shastra or explain the meaning of the Smriti Shastra in novel ways that appeal to the people in general. How can such Pandits understand or explain the meaning of Dharma and the true purport of the Shastras? That can only be realized by impartial analysis of all the Shastras. So how can anyone obtain it through the intellectual wrangling of Nyaya? So previously, and even nowadays, there are some scholars who are studying the scriptures, Nyaya specifically, but they are not devoted to Krishna or Vishnu. So they are some kind of Pandit, and we respect them. We should respect all Jivas, so to speak of Pandits also. But we are fully dedicated and taking shelter of those who are pure devotees of the Lord, the Vaishnavas, and especially the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and who are engaged in chanting the holy names and propagating the holy names. Hare Krishna. So, today is Mokshada Ekadashi. So Bhagavad Gita was spoken today by Krishna to Arjuna. So 5,000 and some years ago. So we should say a few words about Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad means the Lord, Gita means the song of the Lord. As it is explained also in the Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma. Chintamani Prakarasnati Shya Kanta Kanta. So there it is explained also that in Golok and Braj, so speaking is like singing and walking is like dancing. So Krishna also when he speaks is like singing. So we may speak, that is something, but if we sing it is more beautiful. So okay, yes, so Bhagavad Gita.
हिंदी में बोलना
English. We're speaking in English. Tomorrow we have Bhagavad Gita. We speak about Bhagavad Gita tomorrow in Hindi. अंग्रेजी समझती हैं? हिंदी. कल हिंदी में बात करेंगे. ठीक है? So, yes, so the song of God. So he's speaking and it is like singing when Krishna is speaking. Or when the pure devotees are singing, the associates of Krishna sing. Or speaking, it is like singing. So very beautiful. Krishna is Adaram, Madaram, Vadaram, Madhavam, Nayanam, Madhavam, Hasivam, Madharam. Everything about Krishna is sweet. So his beautiful form is there, his lotus face is sweet. So his eyes are sweet, his heart is sweet, his walking is sweet, his eating is sweet, his speaking is sweet, everything is sweet. So he spoke the Bhagavad Gita. So giving this transcendental knowledge to Arjuna. So in the Bhagavad Gita, of course, the first verse is there. So, the first verse, where's Vanya? Is not here? No? You? You know? The first verse? You? A little bit. Okay, you? Okay, say? Okay, very good. Sadhu, sadhu. So Dhritarashtra Vacha, Dhritarashtra said, Dharma Kshetri, Kurukshetri. So in Kurukshetra, which is a Dharma Kshetra. So it is a holy place. In a holy place, Dharma is performed when he's worshipping the Lord, when he's engaged in spiritual activities. Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. So here assembled are actually my sons are the sons of Pandu. Mamaka Pandavashchava Kimakarvata Sanjaya. So Sanjaya, you please tell me what happened there. And then Sanjaya Vacha, and then Sanjaya speaking. He was empowered by Vyasadeva so that he could see and he could hear what is happening there. On the battlefield before the fight. So first chapter, setting the scene. So Arjuna is telling Krishna, so please let's go to the middle and let me see who is assembled here. So he knows who is on his side, but he wants to know and see the other ones on the other side. And then there's of course, he knew also Dronacharya's there, wearing Gurugram, right? Gurugram, Gurgaon means the place, the village of the Guru, that is the place of Dronacharya. So somewhere in Gurugram, now Gurugram is big, there's a place where he was staying. That is Gurugram, is Dronacharya's place. So he was the teacher of the Kauravas and the Pandavas. And then what? Yes?
Gurugram village is separate.
Yeah.
There is a village called Gurugram.
Yeah. Within Gurugram there is a village Gurgaon. Yeah, I have been to the village also.
You have been
Yeah. So, yes. So then others were there also. Many times there's more than one guru. There's a Diksha Guru is one Diksha Guru, but maybe some Shiksha Guru may be there, giving instructions. Dronacharya was the main guru, but then there was another one also, Kripacharya. He was also giving knowledge. And then Bhishma Dev. He was a great personality and also knowledgeable. Kshatriya. So took a great vow, Bhishma Dev. Terrible vow. I will not get married. Because usually everyone wants to get married. And especially Kshatriya also, but Vaishya and Shudra also. They will all get married practically. But only the Brahmanas who are enlightened and who understand that getting married is a kind of entanglement. And then you have so many things to do, and then you may not be able to devote so much time to spiritual pursuit. So mostly those who are Brahmanically inclined, they may be able to remain celibate. But for Kshatriya it is normal to have a wife, and previously also, even because there were more women than men, they had more than one wife. So that was allowed. So when he took that vow that I will not get married, and he was a son of the king, he was supposed to get married. Anyhow, long story, but he took a vow, I will not get married. So for Kshatriya not easy, but he took the vow and he was successful and he was powerful. So he was also guiding the Pandavas and the Kauravas also. And so he saw all the warriors and he was a little apprehensive. was thinking, how can I fight against my teachers? Because we should not fight against the teacher. That is obvious. So the Guru, so we should be respectful towards the Guru. Not even verbally, we should not argue with the Guru. Guru is saying something, okay, please give me please get me one cup of water. Disciple cannot say, no, I'm busy now. I have to do something else. I don't want to do it. Not possible. So one has to, with body, mind and words, one has to be respectful towards the Guru. Humble. Tadvidi paripatana pariprashna sevaya. We should approach the Guru in a humble way. Submissive. So, what to speak of fighting against Dharmacharya and Bhishma Dev and Kripacharya, how I can do that? But it was necessary, because they were actually, of course, by the Lord's arrangement, it happens also. But they had to stay, because he took a vow, Bhishma Dev, to stay in Hastinapura and protect Hastinapura. But due to tricks, gambling match was there, the Pandavas lost everything and they had to go in exile. So by the Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishma Dev, they had to stay in Hastinapura under Dronacharya. So therefore they were obliged. But because Krishna was there to establish Dharma and then to eradicate the sinful people, so therefore the war was there. Although still Dronacharya and Bhishma Dev and Kripacharya, they were still also knowing Dharma, and they had respect for Krishna also. Bhishma Dev was a devotee of Krishna, but due to circumstances they were not. They were on the other side. Therefore, Arjuna didn't want to fight. But then Krishna told him, this is a weakness of your side. Because here we are fighting for Dharma. In Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. And then in the second chapter, so he's starting to give the knowledge. Dehinasmin yata dehe kamvaram javam jara tatha dehanta pratya dhyarastatra nanuyati. First giving knowledge, we are not this body, we are spirit, soul. The body is changing, but the soul is not changing. Maybe the material consciousness will change, but not the spiritual consciousness. That is, like in the relationship with Krishna, sthayi bhav is there, permanent mood. Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my son. That will never change. But the material consciousness may change. So the body is changing, the consciousness may change, but the soul is never changing. And then the many verses, so just to make, to give the understanding, of course, nimitta matra. Arjuna is just the instrument, so the knowledge could be given to us, to the conditioned soul. So just showing how the Jiva is eternal. So he's giving, in many verses, he's explaining about the position of the Jiva, of the spirit soul. It is never changing. It cannot be moistened by water, it cannot be cut by a knife. You can cut the body. You can, even of course, by words you can, like for example, sometimes words are more piercing than a sword, than a knife. So you may affect the consciousness of somebody, but the soul can never be cut or completely disturbed. So that he has explained in the second chapter, so about the existence of the eternal existence of the soul, and it is never changing. Even when one is entering another body, the soul is there. At the time of death, if one is not realized, one will have to take another body. And then, so according to one's consciousness, that he has explained in the third chapter, Yam Yam Vapi Sparavam, what is it? Anyone remembers Yam Yam Vati Smaram Bhavam Tam Tam Devati Kampiya?
Bhajantate Kalivaram.
Huh?
Yam yam
Vati Smaram
Bhajantate Kalivaram.
Tamevati Kampiya
Tada Sadbhava.
Avabhavita. Yes, so whatever state of being one remembers at the time of death, that state you will obtain. Anta Kalechonameva Smaram Mukta Kalevaram. But if at the time of death you remember me, you will come to me. So if you are, even for example, this expression, eating like a dog. If somebody is eating like a dog, he becomes a dog. Especially those who are keeping dog. And I've seen in the West, people are keeping dog. They're buying a dog like bulldozer. You know bulldozer dog? You know bulldozer dog? No? Is a dog, and which usually the mouth of the dog is a little pointed, but this one is flat. So there is a dog like this. And then, so I've seen that personally also. One person, he got this kind of dog when he was small. The dog is becoming bigger, and actually he's thinking about the dog. And so the expression is there also, eating like a dog. If one is eating like a dog and just trying to enjoy, and then of course even eating flesh, which is sinful, then he can become a dog also. So, yeah. And one time, Prabhupada was in Sweden, and I think the Prime Minister there died. And of course everyone crying. And Prabhupada, he was saying, and the family members are attached, of course, to each other, and usually, so even he was making the statement, he will take birth in the same family as a dog. In the Prime Minister family, they're all crying, he's gone, and you must be thinking of the family also. All my dear family members. But he was sinful. So Prabhupada is saying he will become a dog in that family. So when he's eating like a dog, he becomes a dog. So, but if you're worshipping the Lord, you don't become the God. That we have to understand. Some people think they can become God, but that's not possible, or merge in God, like the Mayavadis. But you can become like God, but you cannot become God. You can have a divine form, like Krishna's form is Satchidananda Vigraha. So you can also have this Satchidananda Vigraha. So, and like in Vaikuntha, Vishnu, beautiful form is their forearm form, bluish, black complexion. And many of the associates of Vishnu, they are the servants, they also have 4 arms. Not all, there are also 3s there, right there. So not everyone is like Vishnu there, but many, they have the same form as Vishnu. And they look very similar. Also bluish complexion, some of them they have the same cloth also, yellow dhoti. But still is a difference there. And those who are there, they know the difference. The emblem of Lakshmi Devi is there on the chest. And he's a little more beautiful than the servants. And he's looking more powerful, he's more effulgent. So, and then, but if you go to Braj, you can, if it is your position, you can become a gop, and you can play with Krishna. So if you're meditating on the Lord, then you can go to the Lord and then engage in transcendental loving service. So, of course, many important verses are there, but we don't have time to say all of them. In the 4th chapter, so very crucial is there. Of course, in the 2nd chapter also, Krishna is saying, I'm surrendering to you. Please accept me, you as your disciple. I'm surrendering to you. And then in the 4th chapter, Krishna is saying that Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So then Krishna is saying, the battery is low, huh? Then in the 4th chapter, Krishna is saying you that how to approach the spiritual master. We start with darshana, we see the truth. By humility, you must be humble, you must be respectful, and then you have to inquire about the absolute truth. And there in the 2nd chapter is also explaining about parampara. The knowledge is coming down to the disciplic succession. And sometimes if the break is there, then Krishna himself is coming, or Mahaprabhu himself is coming, the power personalities are coming to establish again religion. So in the 5th chapter also, so Krishna is showing that how we have to take shelter of the Lord and have the equal vision, samadarshanaha. So we should not see the body, but we should see the soul. And then bhaktarangir tapasam sarvalokam aishwaram surinam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti meritshati. Everyone wants peace? You want peace? Yes, everyone wants to be peaceful. So for this we have to understand that Krishna is our friend. Also we have to understand that Krishna is the enjoyer, bhakta. So everything is meant for his pleasure. Yagya, tapasya, we should do for him. And he's the Lord of all the planets. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, is Parameshwar, Adipurush. Everything is emanating from Krishna, all the spiritual material worlds. And so different incarnations are there, they are all expansions of Krishna. So in the 3rd chapter he's explaining about karma yoga. So if we cannot fully surrender to Krishna, we work and then we give the result to Krishna, Krishna's devotee. In this way we are connected. Then in the 6th chapter is explaining about, of course, knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and then also about the super soul, Paramatma. And he's explaining, so the Karma yogis are there, the Jnana yogis are there, the Ashtanga yogis are there. So he's explaining about Ashtanga yoga also in the 6th chapter. Yam Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So even the yogis, they're following some rules and regulations. To control the body, they're performing some, and to have a healthy body, they're doing some asanas, some exercise, and then also controlling the breathing, pranayam, that is very helpful to control the mind, and for good health, pranayam is important also. And then controlling the senses, pratyahara, withdrawing them from the sense objects, and then we can dharana, then we can hold the form of the Lord in our consciousness, and then dhyan, we can be more constant in our remembrance of the Lord. And samadhi, that is the perfectional stage when one can see Krishna as he is, and then his wonderful qualities and pastimes are revealed. But then, so the process is not so easy, and usually those who are doing Ashtanga yoga, they meditate on Paramatma, the super soul. But higher than that is Krishna, or even Ramchandra Bhagavan in Vaikuntha. So therefore we say in Yoginam Abhisarvisham Madkante Rantaratmara Sharvan Bhajatyamam Sami Yukta Tamamataha. Of all the yogis, he who is thinking of me is the greatest of all. In the 7th chapter, Krishna is explaining I'm giving you this spiritual knowledge, and I'm giving you knowledge of this material world also. Because in material world we are here, so we have to know how to act in this material world, what to do and what not to do. And then is explaining Manushyanam Sasheshu Kachit Yatidisedi Yatidam Abhisidhanam Kashimam Veti Tatvadaha. So very few people, they will understand Krishna. Very few people as the Supreme Lord. And those who know Krishna, of them, those who know Krishna completely, they're very rare. Vedi Tattvataha, that is 3-4 times it is coming in the Bhagavad Gita. Vedi Tattvataha, We have to know Tattva in truth Krishna. We have to realize Krishna. Like in the 4th chapter, Janma Kama Chame Divam Evam Yo Veti Tattva Taha. Tyakratu Jampuna Jama Naitimamiti Arjuna. So we have to know Krishna perfectly about his Janma and his Karya. About his appearance and his activities. Krishna is born in Mathura and Krishna is born in Braj. And so Mathuresh and Brajananda and Krishna, they are not different, but they are different also. That we have to know. So, and then Bahunam Janmanamante Gyanamam Prabhadete Vasudeva Samahatma Surulava Vasudeva Sarvamitte. So after many births, we may be able to understand Krishna fully. So we try our best to realize Krishna in this life, but it is not so easy. So then in the 8th chapter also, so Krishna is explaining more. Yeah, actually, Yam Yam Vapismaram Bhavam, that is from the 8th chapter, not the 3rd. Antekaram, so that at the time of death we should remember Krishna, then we can go to Krishna. In the 9th chapter is more confidential knowledge. Raja Vidya, Raja Goyam, Pavidamidam Uttamam Pavikshakshamadhamyam Sasukam Katum Avyayam. It is the king of all knowledge. And by applying the knowledge also, then we can have direct perception of the self and Krishna. And there is also explaining Satatam Kirtanyantamam Yatantaschatirtavataha. So we should always, Krishna is telling Arjuna, we should always chant my holy name. And then also, how he is pleased, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktapayachati. Simply by offering Patram, some leaf, especially of course Tulsi leaf is indicated, Pushpa, flowers, Phal, fruits, Toyam, water, by simple offering, but with love, then we can satisfy Krishna. Yat Kurushi, Yat Yasnasi, Yat Josi, Tat Pasiyat. So whatever we do, we should do it as an offering to Krishna. And then in the 10th chapter, so Chatushloki, there are also 4 verses which are most important. Anyone knows Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita? Chatushloki? You know Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita? 10th chapter? 10, 8, 9, 10, 11. Am sarvasya prabhavam matasamam pavatati matva vajantimam buddhava samamritaha. I'm the source of everything. Everything emanates from me. So the wise who know this, they engage in my devotional service. Machita matkada prana bodhyanta parasparam katanshanam tushanti charamanti cha. So they learn devotees. So they will discuss about my wonderful Machita matkada prana bodhyanta parasparam. Amongst themselves, they will discuss about my activities. And therefore they will get great pleasure and they can become absorbed. And then he's explaining also that, what is it? Tesham satayurtadam bhajana paripuvikam tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mama prayantite. Tesham satayurtadam. Those who are completely engaged in devotional service, to them I give the knowledge by which they can come to me. And then also the next verse, that, what is the first line? Huh? No, before that. Deshamevanu kampatam aham agyana jantamaha. So, pleased with them, being situated in the heart, I give knowledge from within the heart, with the torchlight of knowledge. And then after Arjuna is realizing Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitam Purusham Bhavam. So he's understanding now, he is realizing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And then he's also again saying that not only I am saying this, but all the great sages, Asito, Devala, Vyas, Narad, all the great sages, they have realized that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. In the 11th chapter is explaining about the universal form, or the Vishwarup, Virat Rup. So, as explained in the scriptures also, Purusha Shukta, Sasrachesha Purusha Sasraksha Sahasrata Sabomim Vishwaro Vritva Atyatishta Dashankulam. Universal form has thousands of heads, thousands of arms, thousands of legs, and so on. And everything is included. The sun and moon are the eyes of the Lord, and so on. So that is in the 11th chapter. But we can see this form only by divine vision, by the mercy of the Lord. Anyone saw the Virat Rup here? Any one of you? No. Arjun saw, and actually Duryodhana had a glimpse also of the Virat Rup. But he could not understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Still. But he could realize, and then he was like, he's a Kshatriya, very powerful and fearless. But he saw the Virat Rup, he was becoming a little fearful, but in offer respect. And after some time he was saying, please now, I saw this form and my obeisance is to you, you're the Supreme Lord, but I want to see your four-armed form. Krishna in Braj, he only has two forms, but he's the Supreme Lord, the source of everything. In Dwarka, sometimes he's there with two arms, and sometimes he's showing four arms. Sometimes he's hiding them, taking in his body. Adbhut Krishna. So then he wanted to, Arjuna actually very intelligently, he wanted to prove to everyone that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he has the four-armed form also. So then Krishna showed his four-armed form, but then after he was saying, okay, thank you very much, but I want to see you in your most beautiful form, in your two-armed form. That is most beautiful form. Krishna in Dwarka, but even more beautiful than Krishna in Dwarka is Krishna in Mathura. Even more beautiful than Krishna in Mathura is Krishna in Braj. Surrounded by these associates. And even there, Krishna is most beautiful when he is together with Srimati Radharani. Because Radharani is most beautiful, because her love is most beautiful. And in loving exchange, Radharani becomes more beautiful. When Radharani is more beautiful, then Krishna is most pleased, and then he's becoming more beautiful. And then in this way also, when they're together, they feel the greatest pleasure. So then in the 12th chapter, so pure devotional service is explained. First, Arjuna is explaining just for the benefit of the transcendentalist. So he's explaining, he's asking who is greater, those who are meditating on impersonal Brahman or those who are worshipping the personal form. And then Krishna is clearly explaining that those who are worshipping me in my personal form, they're superior. And others who are worshipping the personal Brahman, to gain perfection it takes much more time. And if one is surrendering to Krishna, Krishna is the swift, he will deliver him from the cycle of birth and death. And it is explaining about pure devotional service. And if one cannot always think of Krishna, then one should work for Krishna. And so on is explaining. And then the last 6 verses again is explaining who is very dear to me. One who is not attached to anything of this world. One who is thinking of the welfare of others. So one who is constantly thinking of me, acting for my pleasure, is most dear to me. In the 13th chapter is explaining about this material world also, about Prakriti. So as explained, so is explaining about himself, the absolute truth, but is explaining about material world and also material nature, also in the 14th chapter. And the 15th chapter, that is Purushottam Yoga, that is explaining the Mame Vamsa Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana Manasestani Dharini Prakristani Karshati. That the Jivas, they are my part and parcels, but they are struggling in this material world. And it is explaining also Saravasya Tamari Disani Vistamatasmiti Kyanamaparamcha. Vidasha Savea Amevedyo Vidastakrit Vedavitevachaham. So we may start, the Brahmanas are studying the scriptures, but they have to understand that Krishna is the end of all knowledge. and then one has to surrender. And Krishna is situated in everyone's hearts, and he is giving knowledge, remembrance. But if one doesn't want to think of Krishna, then he will forget Krishna, and Krishna will help him also. And then towards the end, so he's explaining two kinds of living entities are there, those who are eternally liberated, and those who are conditioned, and those who are prone to be under the modes of material nature. So Nitya Siddha there, Nitya Bada. The Nitya Siddha, they always serving Krishna, they will never be conditioned. The Jivas who are in conditioned form, so they also eternal servants of Krishna, but they have not been able, they have not been engaged in the service of the Lord yet, but coming in this world, by the mercy of the Lord and the pure devotee, they may engage in devotional service, and then they may become perfect, and then they may always be engaged in devotional service. The 16th chapter is explaining about the divine nature, the symptoms of a devotee, that the devotee is peaceful, a devotee is humble, a devotee is tolerant, devotee is controlling the mind and the senses, devotee is engaged, of course, in devotional activities, is trying to help others. So the good qualities are explained of a devotee, and then the demonic nature is explained, and then also that in the 16th and 17th about different fate. There's a fate in the mode of goodness, fate in the mode of passion, fate in the mode of ignorance, activities in the mode of goodness, activities in the mode of passion, activities in the mode of ignorance, foodstuffs in the mode of goodness, foodstuffs in the mode of passion, foodstuffs in the mode of ignorance. So we have to have knowledge of these, and we have to try to be situated always in the mode of goodness. And then if we are in the mode of goodness, then it is more easy to come to the transcendental position and to become fully engaged in devotional service. And in the 18th chapter, then this summary is there, and there also again explained that we should be fully devoted to Krishna. And Krishna is explaining, I am situated in everyone's heart, and then Krishna is saying also, I've given you this knowledge. Now you can do as you want. Again here, he's not forcing. You have to do what I want. No. I'm explaining you, and he's explaining to us, the Jivas, that this is the situation, that we are all servants of Krishna, and we should be engaged in devotional service, but I'm not forcing anyone. So he's telling Arjuna, so I'll be giving you this knowledge, and specifically also in regards to fighting, because he didn't want to fight because of ignorance. So he didn't tell him, you must fight. He was telling him, you should fight, but it is up to you. And it is up to you. You can surrender to me or not surrender to me. You take shelter of me or don't take shelter of me. It is up to you. That is the little independence that Jiva has. So we have to choose to take shelter of Krishna. Sarva dharmam parityajya mamekam saranam vacha aham tvam sarva pabebhyo moksheshim masucha. Give up all kinds of religion. Sarva dharma parityajya. We should give up all religion. But we're supposed to be religious, right? How Krishna is saying give up all religion? That is actually Naimittika Dharma. That is Varnashram Dharma or Niti Shastra. All these things, this is also required, but the ultimate thing is we have to surrender to Krishna. Mam ekam sharanam braja. Take shelter of me, do what I say. That is more important than Varna Ashram. Or even he told, if Krishna is saying you have to lie, then you have to lie. Although we should not lie. So we should not kill the superiors, but Krishna is saying that we have to do. So that is there. Nitya Dharma, do what Krishna says. Do everything for Krishna's satisfaction. And then, so if we do that, and then Krishna is also saying, one who is explaining this knowledge to others is most dear to me. So we should distribute this knowledge also, we should distribute books, we should distribute prasad, we should give the holy names to others, and then Krishna will be very pleased. And wherever there is Krishna, there will be also victory, there will be morality, there will be opulence. So Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki, Arjun Saka ki, Sri Radha Shyama ki, Sachinandana Gaura Hari ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna. Om Tat Sat. I think, yeah, we don't have time for questions. Right? So one question. Yes, two, okay.
Prabhuji, I
Yes.
just wanted to tell that you told about the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, right?
Yes.
So actually, there is a book, Values of Life. There is a pie chart on it. That how many are in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Okay.
I know. So yeah, goodness is 5%, mode of passion is 15%, and ignorance is 80%.
Okay.
More than half of the world population is in ignorance.
You're right. You're right, absolutely right. The majority of the people are in ignorance, very much in ignorance. Yes, that is true, completely true. And so we should try to we should try to be in the 5% in the mode of goodness. Right, you agree? We should be in goodness? Yes, you're in goodness? You're in goodness?
Not really.
Not really, okay. You're trying to be in goodness? You're trying to be in goodness? Yes, you're chanting Hare Krishna? You have a japamala?
Not daily, but
Actually,
You have a japamala?
actually,
Answer my question.
wait, actually, I'm going to say the truth.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yes. So you have a japamala?
Yes, I have.
Or you're chanting? No.
I say the
Okay.
truth.
So there we go. Okay, very good. It's good to be truthful. I like it very much.
एक दिन में 10 माला और एक दिन में एक माला दो
Okay, sometimes 10, sometimes 1, sometimes 0. If you want to be a hero, you chant Hare Krishna, then you will be a hero. If you don't chant Hare Krishna, you're 0. So be a hero, then you have Krishna in the center, then you're 0. Then you're a hero. Just like you have 0, you have 1 0, 2 0, 3 0. If there's a value of 1 0, 2 0, no value. Like you have a note, 100 rupee note, but if you take the 1 away, it is 0. 0 is 0. But if the 1 there, 100 rupees is valuable. 1,000 rupees is valuable. So if the 1 is there, then you're a hero. If the 1 is not there, that is Krishna, then you're 0. So put Krishna in your life. For this you chant Hare Krishna. And chanting 1 round is good, but you're a bigger boy and you're speaking the truth. That is very good. You have knowledge. So you should chant at least 2 rounds every day. Okay, no, bigger 4 rounds. But you can start, and sometimes 10 rounds is good, but it's good. This is a mode of passion. One day 10 rounds, one day 1 round, one day 0. 0 is mode of ignorance. If you're not chanting, you're in ignorance. If you chant one day 2 and one day 6 and one day 1, then you're in passion. If you chant 10 times, then you are in goodness. So try to chant 10 rounds every day, then you're always in goodness. Try to be in goodness. But you have to go to school. Which class you are?
6.
6, okay. A lot of studies, right? And the higher you go, then the more. But you have to go up, you have to study more, you have to chant more. And then Krishna will help you also. So 6th class, you should chant 6 rounds. Okay? Every day. Every day you go to school, you have to go, right? And you have to study, otherwise you will fail. So every day you have to chant. You chant 6,000 rounds every day, and Krishna will help you. Krishna will give you intelligence. And then you can still play also, no problem. You play cricket?
Not really.
You
I
play
play
football?
cricket and chess.
Chess, okay, very good. I used to play chess also, but not cricket. I used to play football. You play football? No,
Not
cricket.
really.
Okay, it's okay, you can play cricket. I used to play chess also. I was chess master, but not GM. But I was playing good chess. So you play chess, you
Were
play
you
cricket?
a grandmaster in chess?
No, I was master, but not grandmaster. I didn't play so much, but I played more football. But then I heard about Krishna, then I came to Vrindavan. And I left everything, football, chess. I left everything. And I was doing yoga then, and then studying the scriptures. And I started chanting more and more and more. Actually, the first day when I came to Vrindavan, they told me about chanting, and I said, okay. And then the second day I chanted 16 rounds. And since then I never left. And then after some time I thought I should chant more. 16 is the minimum, Prabhupada used to say. Anyway, you chant 6 rounds, that is good. Okay? And then you know this mantra, Gurave Gaurachandraya? You know? You know?
Yes, because it's starting one.
No. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. I tell you another mantra. You fold your hands and repeat after me. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikayai Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. That means offering obeisances to Guru, to Gauranga, Radharani, her abode, Krishna, Krishna's devotees and all devotees. You learn this mantra, very simple. You chant the mantra when you get up, before you take rest, before you chant your japa, before your studies, before your exams. You're a topper?
Not really.
Not really, okay. You chant every day 6 lines, you chant this mantra, you can become a topper. Okay? But you'll have to study also. But Krishna will give you the intelligence to be good in studies. Okay? So you learn this verse, and then everything will be fine. And you'll be in mode of goodness. Try to be in the 5%. Okay, you're a good boy. I like your question, and I like that you're truthful. That is a very important quality, to be truthful. And nowadays in this world, people, in the age of Kali, people are not truthful. But one has to be truthful. And that is very good that you're truthful. That we appreciate. A good boy. What's your name?
Shresh Singh.
Sirish Singh. Okay, another Sirish, huh?
Not Shrestha.
Oh, Shresht. Okay, Shresht Singh. Okay, Shresht. Okay, Shresht means the best. You should be Shresht Vaishnav. Best Vaishnav.
But there's one thing.
Oh, it's one thing, okay. You're a bold boy, you're good, I like you.
Okay,
Okay.
Shresh Singh. That Singh is...
Singh means lion also, right?
Oh, that doesn't mean that I'm a Punjabi. I'm not a Punjabi.
Okay, you're spiritual. Okay, so what are you?
I'm from Delhi.
You're from Delhi, okay.
I was born in Delhi.
Okay, you're a human being, right? But you're a spirit soul, that you understand, right?
Actually, we're souls, not our body.
Yes, we are spirit soul, we are not the body. And we are servants of Krishna. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, we conclude here. You can ask question tomorrow. Okay? And now there's some prasad also. On Ekadashi, usually I always distribute prasada, but because it's Ekadashi, I'm chanting more. And so Prabhuji and Mataji will give prasad. If you come tomorrow, I will give prasadam tomorrow. You coming tomorrow? Or you're busy? You'll come tomorrow? We'll try. Then I will give some Mahaprasad. You like sweets?
Yes, obviously.
Obviously, good. I'll give you like some nice burfi, you know burfi from Vrindavan?
Yes.
I'll give you burfi tomorrow evening when you come, okay? A
Okay.
big piece for you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And you like cookies?
Yeah.
I'll give you a cookie also. I'll give you 2 pieces because you're a good boy and you're truthful, you're honest. I like you very much. Hare Krishna. Is your son? Okay. Fine. And you're the father?
Yes.
Okay. Good parents, good boy. Okay, very nice. Is your brother?
Yes, he is.
What's your name?
What big?
Say something.
Oh, you want to say something also? Okay. Okay, please say, yeah. Yes. Yes?
What are you telling
What?
Prabhuji,
Okay, tomorrow you can tell, okay?
Prabhuji, actually there's one thing he wants to say that our both nicknames, he is Gopal and I am Balram.
Very good, wonderful. Gopal and Balaram ki. Okay, nice, wonderful. Good parents, good children. Of course, here Prabhuji also has a good son, Shirish, and good daughter-in-law also, Ashita, and good granddaughter, Vandya. Wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, life.
नहीं साबुदाना के चावल नहीं आते